Hey YouTube, coming at you with my next Scroll Cup team that I kind of mentioned in the last video, Como, Seaking, and Samurott. And each of these Pokemon brought something unique to the team, but Seaking is the real champ of this team. What I think Seaking gives you is just an insane amount of coverage for basically everything in the meta. You have Peck for the fighting Pokemon, so Como and Annihilates and stuff like that. You have Icy Wind for all the flyers, Murkrow, Mandibuzz, etc. And you have the Draw Run for the electric. You also have Ice for all the dragons, the other dragons that are in here, Guzzlord, stuff like that. And then you have the Draw Run for the electric Pokemon. You have the Peck, which is faster charging. The only drawback to this Pokemon, if you've used Seaking before, none of these moves get same type attack bonus on it. So at times they feel like underpowered, like some of these Pecks doing super effective felt underpowered at times. So that's the main drawback. Como, I think, is very strong in the meta as well. You got that half fighting type, so it helps you offset some like bug Pokemon and other types, like other Pokemon that are in this meta. You have the upper hand and clanging scales. Clanging scales like basically a nuke. So nice moveset there. Shadow Samurott was just kind of more fun to use. I mentioned in my other video with Gliscopod, I think there's a huge place in this meta for bug fast moves and charge moves because there's a lot of dark in this meta, right? So it's one of the three main typings. So I think that is it one of my three main typings? Yes, fighting, dark, and water. Yes, that's right there in the symbol. One of three main typings, so hitting super effective against those while also resisting other water Pokemon seems to just give it a nice combo. Could lead you into trouble if you see some like fairy that resists bug and water, but you can work around because it's so attack heavy. So let's take a look at the battles. No need to get out, but Seaking is generally the safe swap if you do. I mean, you get out if you see a fairy, but other than that, you play out most of them, starting with Gastrodon. How I played this team pretty much always was go Clanging Scales, Bail. So I go Clanging Scales if it lands great, as that one does. So that's a one-shot because it's basically nuke. And you're getting out almost anyways. You're getting out almost always anyways because you do lower your attack when you throw that move. So that is where Seaking comes in. Getting off the Icy Wind, like this is the cover you have. You've got okay bulk, so none of these moves are threatening, but I'm going to shield up one. I think I'm shielding up because I know that I can just keep lowering the attack. So if you're going to take a charge move, you might as well make it after you have lowered it twice as opposed to the first time. But as you're going to see with this next move coming in, not going to do a ton. So let this go. Aerial Ace, barely a blip on the radar. In the back is your Morpeko. I am just lowering the attack because Morpeko is pretty glassy that they're probably going to shield anyways. Going to instant swap Samurott because while they are doing super effective with the Thunder Shocks and Aura Wheel here, the Fury Cutter is also adding on some damage to them. So shield up the first move. Is that a Seed Bomb? I've seen a couple of these. I went over in the top teams that Seed Bomb is used on Morpeko a lot to draw out a water, or draw out Gastrodon in particular, and then you punish it. So with the Seed Bomb, that's going to come, I think, a bit quicker. So that's going to one-shot, basically one-shot. This Pokemon is so glassy, Morpeko is so attack heavy, so Neo is going to basically take me out. Como comes in to take out what is left of the Morpeko. And then we will, what's left here? The Mandibuzz. The Mandibuzz. So coming right back in to Peck down. Hitmonchan. So kind of an interesting Pokemon. It was fun to use before. I used it multiple times before, especially the Shadow. Has nice punch coverage. Counter obviously got nerfed, so that causes you issues. I don't really want to take a potential Thunder Punch from this Pokemon. So I'm going to definitely shield up. They get out into a Gallade. That Gallade just running Psycho Cut, so much faster charging, and they have Leaf Blade. Do lower the attack with the Icy Wind for the first one. It is a Shadow, and I know Peck's super effective because they're half fighting, so that's why it's adding up so much. But I know that they spam quickly, so I just let that go. But live with 1 HP, that lowering the attack, coming in huge there, able to take switch and the shield advantage. So we'll see what they come in with here. They come in with Poliwrath. So yeah, I gotta come Como because Fury Cutter and everything are resisted here. So that's why I'm basically I don't know if I'll totally sacrifice it because I am pretty low on Como, but I did bank a move, and that will be very beneficial for later. So I will commit to the farm down. As you see, those counters adding up a ton. Here comes the first Hydro Cannon. While it is resisted, you're just going to see the combo of Shadow, Shadow, Attack Heavy. Actually, it's non-Shadow, and that still does over 50%, right? So very attack heavy Pokemon, but obviously cannot take a lot of damage here. Resisted Ice Punch basically takes me out, but I got that Clanging Scales banked, and probably one-shots from like 75-80% range on Poliwrath, so in the yellow already is an easy one-shot. Mandibuzz. So this is one where I will, no, I may get out because if it's Air Slash, yeah. Well, it looks like I decided to go Clanging Scales and then bail. I think you can do either or. I think you can bail right away or stand and try to grab a shield or huge chip. They decide to shield. I will catch on Seaking, which has more bulk. So air lace chips, but that's okay. Toxapex coming in. Droran is super effective. Peck is neutral. They're going to have to throw a Sludge Wave on me. So it does well over 50%, which means if I can get the next one off, I'll take it out. That seemed fast. That's probably just a brine. It is slow to get to the Sludge Wave. This is one of Toxapex's main issue. So I get to the next draw run. This will take out, or I'm going to grab that second shield. They allow me to grab that second shield. You know, get farmed down here. Is that the right play? I don't know. I didn't want to lock myself in this matchup on a flyer. I do know this is Brine, but I think I was too low. And they eventually come Poliwrath, but Poliwrath shields down and a Shadow into a Clanging Scales is not an ideal situation. So goodbye Poliwrath. That one shot's, it's the defense fall, not the attack fall. I said the attack falls, but it looks like it's the defense that falls. Gonna commit to the farm down. Even if it's Brine, do I want to take it? Not particularly, but I think I have to. Yeah, Brine's just such a bad move. I've said that so many times. And now I have a Hydro coming out. Hydro in a bit. And I will need two, but as you're going to see here, the Hydro on the Mandibuzz well enough to put it in the yellow. I could go Mandibuzz just to one shot. I mean, both of them are going to take out. Megahorn is neutral because they're half dark, half flying. Azumarill. This is where it gets kind of tough. So I have to go Seaking. Bubbles are resisted, which is nice, but that at best puts you at a evenish matchup. They come more Pecco. And basically, I'm now going to have to grab a shield here. They're going to nuke me. I let it go because... Oh, I'm at a move, so I'm guessing okay. I don't know if this is the right play. I have a drill run. So I think the reason I shielded is because I have a drill run. I'm easily going to grab that second shield. My concern now is they're going to be very easy to take me out and still get a move super effective Psychic Fangs on Como, although I do remember one throwing Aura Wheel resisted, so this may be it, but it still has a ton of energy. And now it's going to put basically Samurott one shield scenario to try and sweep two Pokemon, one of them being a flying Pokemon. So it's going to be really tough here. Going to let this go enough to take out. So I'm going to Fury Cutter down. Give me a little more energy. So maybe that'll come into play here. But the Thunder Shock's obviously putting on a little bit of damage. It is a Gastrodon in the back. This is me just not knowing damages. I was hoping this one shot because basically I was hoping it one shot or put it easily Fury Cutter range. I was hoping it one shot, quite honestly, because then I think I could have just gone double Hydro to win. But once that did not one shot, I know the Mandibuzz has energy, so I have to let that go, and then I'm just too glassy. Ice Pokemon will be super effective against the Dragon, so we're going to instant swap into the Seaking. They're going to get to a move. I think they decide to throw the Icy Wind, which a lot of people do, just lowering the attack. But they are staying, so maybe they don't have a great answer for Seaking. Like I said, Seaking has a lot of coverage with its movesets here. So get the first draw run off. Now we'll get the second draw run off. This will take it to the red. They will chip me to the yellow here, but this is a winning matchup for Seaking. And they decide to get out into Annihilate. So they have lowered my attack times 2 now. They did shield. I do get farmed down. Coming back Como. Do I sacrifice this? Let the first Rage Fist go anyways. May shield the second one because I'm probably out of move. I feel like if I let this boost twice and Samurot's got resisted Fury Cutter, that's not going to be a good position for me. So Gold Clanging Scales. I think they shield if I remember. Yeah, so I'm going to... And they get out. So make a catch. Hopefully it's a resisted Icy Wind, which I'm pretty sure it will be. Now I need to farm down, come out with energy. And now they're at a second move. And as you can see, despite having a resisted Ice Shard and Icy Wind, you know, I have to shield. I'm now 2 times lowered, which is unfortunate. They decide to come Greninja, which is a dark type Pokemon. Lots of darks in this meta. So here is a 2 times lowered, but super effective Mega Horn. That KOs and doesn't. There's not a ton left on Annihilate. And just the pacing on this thing is very quick to the Hydros, as it is on a lot of the Pokemon with Hydro Cannon. Take out what's left of the Annihilate, so sweeping it with Samurott there. Tentacruel, yeah, I assume stay in. Maybe go a little more Dragon Tails than normal because Samurott only has resisted moves, Fury Cutter, Hydro Cannon, Mega Horn. So even if I throw the nuke here and bail into Sea King, it could leave Samurott in a potential tough situation in the back end. They are staying in. They've already shown Acid Spray, so I'm pretty sure it's Acid Spray Scald, which does not concern Sea King. It does lower my attack times 2, and out comes a Fighter. So those counters are going to be adding up here, but I will try to lower their attack a couple times here as well. I do get to the second Icy Wind. So this will chip to like the yellow or red and grab that second shield. So nice chip to the red despite my attack being lowered. Grab 2 shields, force some energy. No, actually didn't grab 2 shields. I just output a lot of power, force some energy, instant swapping into Samurott so I don't have to just get countered down. Have energy, have shield. Tentacruel comes in. It'll be within like 2 range. Maybe even 1 plus some resisted Fury Cutters. So here comes the Hydro. They do let it go, so it is going to be 1 plus Fury Cutter. I do get the farm down 2. What do they got in the back here? The back is a Mandibuzz. Snarl Mandibuzz at that. So not putting on a lot of fast move pressure, which means I should just get to 3 Hydros before they get to the 3 moves to take me out. So here comes the second Hydro. I grabbed the last shield already. This will chip to the yellow. Probably going to shield. I have 2 shields, and I know that if I get to the next Hydro, I'm going to win, which I know I will. So even if they get to a second move here, it does not matter. I can just shield, but they don't even throw it. We'll take it out. Primeape. So these fighters have started popping up a lot. I noticed a lot of Primeape matchups. You know, it kind of makes sense because you can like just nuke with close combat and bail into something bulky, or you can, there's a lot of darks. So you do neutral against most waters except for the like poisons and stuff. So definitely a lot of strength in Primeape, but it is glassy, which is why right off the bat I'm going to grab 2 shields. I think this, and they throw, which is huge. And I think this is where I have a Peck user, which is super effective, right, against Fighter. So it's a Primeape. So I thought maybe it would have been quicker to take this out. I've already landed this. My third one will go through there, and they close combat. So now I'll take it out. Still 5 Pecks to take out a yellow Primeape, even though they did throw close combat too at the ending there. So I don't know. I feel like that. You feel like the non-stab on Sea King there. Chestnut comes in. I do get the AC Wind off. I'm going to shield because I also think that if I can just farm this down, I could just take out whatever's in the back. But with Samurott in the back, sorry, Zweilous in the back, Icy Wind plus a bug move is basically all I'm going to need to take this out. And they know it, so they top left. Morpeko. We'll play it out. Psychic Fangs is super effective, but don't need to worry about the electric ore wheel. Although, you know, I think it's a resisted ore. Yeah, that resisted ore wheel takes me to the yellow. middle-ish yellow. I feel almost red. I feel like a resisted Aura Wheel still almost does as much as a super effective Psychic Fangs. Like, this move is just so crazy. I assume I let go and come Fury Cutter down here. Even though I will be taking double boosted super effective Thunder Shocks. I feel like the Fury Cutters will add up enough to take this out. But as you can see, holy smokes, the damage on Samurott here. And Toxapex. So, someone mentioned when I talked about this new series I'm going to do, when to shield, when to not only shield, but when to like dump your energy versus not dump your energy. So this is one example of when I would say not dump your energy. Like you had a Tentacruel that resists all your charge moves. You don't know what's in the back yet. You eventually may need to use that energy on it, but you could, depending on what this Pokemon was, it won't matter what this Pokemon is now, but if it was something else, you could have potentially used that as a snipe scenario. They're down shield, so you could snipe a Hydro Cannon on this Pokemon if you needed to. But Seaking does take it out, and with that, getting to one more Drill Run, super effective on the poison. And that should put it into double Hydro range. I have a shield, and just again, coming at straight 10s, putting me in a good spot here. So here's the first Hydro, not enough to take out, but here comes a quick second to take out what's left here. So yeah, Seaking pretty cool. Como, I liked it, but you definitely need to watch out for some Pokemon in this meta. I think the limitations of this team, I don't know if I'd use this exact same team again. It's just that like Seaking's okay, it can take some charge moves. Como felt like it played better with shields. But Samurott definitely needs shields. You've seen it's very glassy. It's actually in between. I was looking up the stats to see like how's it compared to Feraligatr and stuff. It's more attack heavy and less defensive than Feraligatr. So I think that tells you all you need to know about Samurott, right? So you need some shields for it, which means you need some to bulk your Pokemon. Seaking I think does okay in this meta, just for its move coverage and stats. So I think that could be one. Maybe you want to run something else outside of Como, just get maybe a little more bulk here. Not that Como is the worst for bulk, but it's not the best. So getting off an Icy Wind, again, just a cover move here. Do take out Mandibuzz. They come back in with Chestnut. I'm going to shield and hopefully take that out with that Peck there. Because then if I do, you are now Switch Lock, low kicks. So I can lower your attack and you cannot reset. While you are also dark, that I can just come in and super effective Fury Cutter. Which means this is going to be a pretty quick matchup here. Just going Hydro. Hydro is neutral. And they're just not going to outpace me anyways. So they let it go. Last matchup. Another Primeape, so we're going to have to play this out. I usually always let the first move go if I get close combat, so be it. A lot of people just like throwing Rage Fist first. So I'm not too worried most of the time. Although close combat would catch me off guard. Not a close combat there. I think this one, if I remember, actually does throw the next Rage Fist. The first one let me get 2 moves off. This one does not, if I remember. So I have to make a decision. I felt like it was more valuable to grab the second shield or take it out. They are in the yellow. So if they shield and then give up switch, my best answer is Seaking, and it's not even an amazing answer. Bubble is resisted, and I have neutral Pex and Drill Run, but these play roughs are going to come in, probably chip me quite a lot, which is why you're seeing a shield there. Again, so this is where you're seeing the sort of limitations. Non-stab Peck, non-stab Drill Run. Means I'm going to have to throw, what is this, my second Drill Run. And now I got either a very aggressive Peck down or throw move or something. But Primeape comes and snipes before that can happen. Samurott coming in. I was trying to catch here. You saw me try to go over there and catch on the Como. That does take me low. I got to now just commit to the farm down. I'm very low. Almost at 2 Hydros though, so we'll see what comes in. More Pecco, and I am at a Mega Horn, so going to go for the guaranteed KO here. And then instant swap where I know Bubble's resisted and I get to Clanging Scales first and Clanging Scales KOs. So, yeah, 3 Pokemon, kind of fun to play. Nice work, nice coverage. You know, again, I tank, so I'm not putting much into like the whatever 9-1 record or whatever I had here. 8-2 or 9-1. I forget what I have for this team, but yeah, definitely has some play with these Pokemon in the meta. I'm up to 1900. I'll be at I'm finishing up with a Murkrow team, which is already over 2000 elo. So I'm just, you know, I knew that I was gonna get the elo back after tanking. I just wanted to test out the lower levels just to see for my own educational purposes. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.